Hi, my name is Elena Petrova. I'm the Director of Student Counseling and Psychological Services, and it is my pleasure to represent my department and tell you more about what our department does, as well as the services that we offer. I would like to share my screen. I have a PowerPoint prepared. It is a brief PowerPoint, but will hopefully help us out as I share about student counseling and our services. Student counseling and psychological services is a department that belongs to the Division of Enrollment and Student Affairs, and is uniquely charged with providing mental health services to all enrolled students at Augusta University. Um, we have two locations for student counseling. One is on the Somerville campus. These are the campus maps for both the Somerville campus and the Health Sciences campus. And on the Somerville campus, our department is located in the Central Energy Building, right across from that big parking lot. Where kind of our building is looking at Washington Hall on the Somerville campus. On the Health Sciences campus, we are located in the Student Center on the second floor. Of who we are, Student Counseling and Psychological Services is comprised of licensed psychologists, licensed professional counselors, and associate professional counselors. In addition to that, we help with the training of future counselors and psychotherapists. And so as a result of that, we have counseling interns every year, every academic year and every semester, doctoral level and master's level counseling interns who are helping us out, acquiring clinical experience and working with clients. In addition to that, we have our amazing administrative support staff who are helping out with answering calls from students and managing the front reception areas and helping students check in for appointments. We have work study students that help us out, as well as a graduate assistant. Truly, our focus is to make our mental health services be accessible and visible to all students at Augusta University. And as part of that, our commitment is to create and continue to create, this doesn't end, to continue to create a center culture that always works on being more multiculturally competent and infuses social justice in all of the work that we do and all of our services, whether that is our counseling services, whether that is our prevention services, or whether that is our collaboration with students, faculty, and staff on campus. What do? We provide treatment for mental health concerns. We provide group counseling, individual counseling, and couples counseling. And we also provide emergency services. And most often those services are focused around helping students who may be experiencing suicidal thoughts, who may be at risk to hurt themselves or hurt someone else. And our goal through these emergency services is to de-escalate and help that student through that mental health emergency so that they are in a safe place and so that they are in a better place or connected to mental health services. We frequently consult with students, faculty, and staff who are concerned about other students. Our department is a member of the CARE team as well as various other committees, including the Study Abroad Committee. We are very passionate about prevention and outreach programming. We believe that it's important to address certain concerns early on before things get too severe. And we also believe in increasing mental health literacy on our campuses at Augusta University and in our communities. Some of our primary focuses when it comes to prevention are on suicide prevention, as well as on various areas of emotional wellness, pardon me. In addition, we collaborate with other areas, departments, and student groups on campus to support and advocate for social justice concerns. We do provide case management services and refer and connect students to psychiatric services on campus or off campus at times. And we understand that sometimes our SCAP services are not enough, and we need to connect students with resources off campus or other departments on campus. Why do students come to see us? This word cloud, sort of the sizes of the letters, lettering in the word cloud, indicates what some of the maybe more common and then maybe less common concerns the students come to see us or seek our services are. And as you can notice, anxiety, depression, stress, self-esteem, academics, relationships are those sort of top 5 or 6 presenting concerns that many students come to see us for. However, we also help with when a student is identifying wanting to better manage anger or experiencing loneliness and hopelessness, or experiencing some sort of cross-cultural adaptation concerns, or maybe even concerns with being discriminated against based on a particular social identity, and so on and so forth. So students truly come with a wide variety of concerns, and we're sort of happy to help because our expertise is the student. That's what we're passionate about. All of our clinicians are their specialty areas and previous trainings are in collegiate mental health and working with students and providing mental health services to students. What are the potential benefits of counseling? This is not an all-inclusive list, but certainly highlights some of those kind of benefits that many students share after they've attended and engaged in counseling services. Obviously, setting aside time to focus on emotional well-being is one of those benefits. Prioritizing emotional wellness and self-care. Increasing communication and interpersonal skills is another benefit. Developing specific goals and then plans as to how to accomplish those goals. And for some students, that may be being better connected socially. For other students, it may be being more assertive. For other students, it may be better managing anxiety. Identifying negative thinking patterns and challenging irrational thoughts. Developing skills for managing stress and also managing difficult, intense emotions. Discovering personal strengths and how to use those strengths to increase wellness. I always say that counseling and the counseling process is really about learning about yourself. It helps us to learn about who we are, what we're about, what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and how we can maximize on the strengths that we hold. Connecting with campus and community resources is obviously another benefit. How to contact us and how to connect with us, very easy. You can certainly visit with us in person. Come to the Somerville campus location in the Central Energy Building, or to the Health Sciences location in the Student Center, or you can just give us a call at 706-737-1471. If you're interested in establishing counseling services with us, the first step will be setting a triage appointment. Or if you are experiencing a mental health emergency during regular business hours, Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you can certainly give us a call or come by. For after-hour mental health emergencies, our students can access the Georgia Access and Crisis Line, either by calling 1-800-715-4225 or downloading the MyGCal app on your phone and contacting a trained counselor via the app. We also, in addition to GCal, have the 24/7 after-hours support line, and students can call that line at 833-910-3364. Please do check out our SCAP's website. There's a lot of good stuff on there, a lot of good information. You can learn more about the types of counseling groups we offer every semester. You can learn about the types of workshops we offer every semester. They're all psychoeducational, skill-based workshops that help students learn how to manage difficult emotions, how to cope with anxiety, how to cope with symptoms of depression, how to do better self-care. You can learn more about our staff and our counselors and read about their bios and about their background and their specialty areas. So don't hesitate to visit our website. I will unshare my screen because I want to share a little bit more with you about how this all applies to your study abroad and study away experience. And oftentimes we don't think about what our mental health or what our emotional needs may be when we are studying abroad or studying away. But we're all human beings, and similarly to how we have sort of physical health needs, we also have emotional and mental health needs. So you may be, as a student, connected to mental health services and a mental health provider on campus here at SCAPS, or a psychiatrist to student counseling. Or you may be connected with a mental health provider off campus, and that's wonderful. Stay connected and talk with your counselor, with your psychiatrist about your plans for study abroad and study away, about your concerns or maybe fears regarding your study abroad or study away program. Talk to your mental health provider, your counselor, your psychiatrist about what your needs may be when you go for study abroad or study away in terms of your mental health and your emotional health needs. Do all of that prior to your trip. I think oftentimes we don't think about those things until we start to feel emotional distress, and that emotional distress gets pretty intense. But we don't want you to do that. I encourage you to think about those things before your study abroad and study away experience. I know too well, as someone who is not originally from the United States and came to the United States as an international student to engage in a study abroad experience. I know that certainly it's not easy. It's being in a foreign environment, in an unfamiliar environment, dealing with change, adapting to the new, adapting to change and to that new environment. It kind of throws us off at times. It sort of throws us out of balance. The things that we're used to, the people that we're used to, the environments that we're used to, the lifestyle and daily routines that we're used to may no longer be there while we're on that study abroad and study away. And for us people, and that's anybody, that creates a shift that really sort of sometimes throws us out of that balance, that homeostasis. And we may need some additional resources and a plan in place to know how to cope and how to navigate those difficulties. Because they're not necessarily bad difficulties. It's just what we go through when we're adapting in a new environment. And I'd rather you think about that before your trip than after you've started your study away or study abroad trip. If you're a student who's watching this brief presentation and you're not connected with a mental health provider and counselor, and maybe you've not needed that is absolutely okay. If you feel like you want to connect with one of us, just to consult, just to talk about, well, what if some emotional and mental health needs emerge for me? What do I do? What plan of action should I have? do not hesitate to give us a call and reach out to us prior to study abroad experience. Reach out to us several weeks because sometimes our schedules are busy and we want to make sure that we accommodate you and get you in on the schedule with a counselor. Think about the things, though the plans can be different for a different person. For one student, it may be that while they're studying away, they need to talk with their maybe psychiatric prescriber about making sure that they've got a sufficient amount of medications, that they have a refill, so that, and they make sure that they don't forget their medications as they're packing and preparing for their study abroad or away experience. For some, another student, it may be that they need to come up with a plan with their counselor for what are some coping strategies that they're going to use while they're studying abroad or studying away. That may be emailing their counselor. That may be taking with them and packing with them a workbook or a self-help read, or maybe some grounding techniques or relaxation techniques. Whether they're written, whether they're in a digital format or in a book, whatever that may be. It's important that we think about that, because oftentimes the resources that we have here or that we've acquired here as we've gone through our sort of emotional wellness journey may not be resources that are readily available when you're studying away and study abroad. So making sure that you have those and that you've prepared those before your trip is really vital. If you aren't certain about what you should do, feel free to reach out to me. Certainly you can call our SCABS number, or you can send me an email. You can reach me at epetrova@augusta.edu, spelled as EPETROVA at augusta.edu. Just send me an email. Let me know and we'll get connected over the phone or over Microsoft Teams and just talk about what your needs may be and moving forward. Thank you for your time. I'm excited about your study abroad or study away experience. I hope that it's an amazing experience. I know that it will be. It's a unique learning experience that sometimes we don't get when we're kind of in the classroom here at Augusta University. And so I'm excited for you. And I also care about you, and I want to continue to encourage you to think about your health and your wellness, not only when you're here at AU, but also when you're studying abroad and studying away. Stay well and reach out. Do not hesitate to reach out to us at Student Counseling and Psychological Services.